Ladies and gentlemen, next on the card is the engineering executive of the African Actors and Actresses Guild. This gentleman here, Reggie Erawoc, has a wealth of experience in the engineering department. Photography, cinematography, writing, websites, you name it. He's done so much as far as this particular guild is concerned to make sure that it's up to the level and the standards that they intend for it to go. There's been so many flaws and so many complaints and so many issues that need addressing. And time and again, we have failed to bring them on the table to find real resolutions to these problems. That way we can move forward into a good direction that would be better and beneficial for everyone in the industry. I want to welcome you.
Yes, Paul.
It's very important for us to have you on the red carpet, Mr. Erawoc.
Thank you.
You know, we've had a series of talks in the past on radio and at the Somewhere in Africa premiere and so on and so forth.
Exactly.
And I cannot help but notice your enthusiasm and what's burning inside of you to make sure that we push this thing across to the utmost parts of the United States, because this is where we're based and this is where we're trying to spring this up from.
Yeah.
I'd like for you to talk to the world about what you're doing here tonight and your primary role as far as the African Actors and Actresses Guild is concerned.
Well, this is one out of many things we are trying to organize to see how we can reach out to the local communities, whether we are in Atlanta, Texas, LA, Maryland, New York. So we came out here tonight to, talk to some of the people in the industry, to explain the guild to them, let them know the main objective about the guild, make them feel comfortable so that they can come on board.
Absolutely.
We are working on a website that will also be able to get out there and let them sign up online. But for tonight, the whole idea is to keep on bringing this to the people. We don't want to sit back and expect them to come to us. We want to come to them. We have directors in the house today. We have Desmond Elliott on his way. So, it's an interesting evening, and, hopefully we'll be able to have a good meeting and take it from there.
Okay. Now, at the NAFCA Summit in North Carolina, and I keep bringing this up because I know you missed it if you did, but it was such a platform for us to address so much. Now, you're an engineer. Is it safe to call you that?
It's fine.
And I noticed and observed that your input at the conference centered mostly around the engineering aspect of film production. What can you say to our listeners and our viewers tonight about what you're trying to do differently in the engineering aspect of film production?
Well, we all know that, we are all shooting digitally. And of course, as far as directors and cinematographers go, not too much collaboration is going on between producers, directors, and cinematographers, because sometimes the director is doing everything, and so there's so much you can do by yourself. In having the guild and having the database of the professionals, a director can actually come to us. Let me give you a scenario. Let's say some investors come from London and they want to do a film in Georgia or New York. If the guild is set up, they can come to the guild, and the guild can be able to say, look, this is our database. You can work with these professionals, come together, because why? We already have their resumes on board. We know the work they have done. We are not talking about the quantity of movies, because we can all have a lot of credit to things. But what the guild is going to do is the guild is going to do the homework of bringing these professionals on board and guarantee that they will come on the set and deliver, even as far as the actors go. So as far as engineering is concerned, we're talking about everything that has to do with filmmaking, from the actual equipment to the people that are helping as a crew, and also the people who are really behind the scene in terms of organizing and doing location scouts and things like that. Those are all part of contracts, especially contracts. I mean, releasing and contracts is so important because we want to be able to, by the time the movie is finished, we want to make sure that we are not breaking any rules. We are not going to be, penalized for not doing something right. And so that we can get into distribution better. One of the reasons why directors like Leila Johnson have been able to move forward is because she always has her paperwork together.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's the type of objective that the guild wants to be able to achieve.
Okay. Now, Dr. Kula mentioned the African Film Festival.
Right.
Do you think that's important? I mean, in the wake of the several hundreds of African films that are coming out or being shot in many different geographical locations in the world, but we're not actually seeing these pictures. We're not able to, there's been a lot of professionals who've put in a lot of work, but we haven't actually seen what they've done.
Yeah.
So how far are you pushing that?
It's rather unbelievable. The Pan-African, they came to us. They are even excited about African movies. They want us to get involved. They want us to come out and use their platform to showcase what we are doing. They want to welcome our directors. They want to welcome our actors. So the Guild is going there to showcase what we are about, to see how they can collaborate and help us, tighten up some of the things we are doing. There are a lot of things that have to be in our bylaws, just like how America has SAG.
Right.
So they are looking forward to see us. They have extended an invitation to us. Dr. Kula sent me a copy of the invitation, and I think we should go.
Okay.
And I think that we should collaborate with them and let them expose ourselves to them and let them see what we're doing.
Absolutely.
Yes, it's very important.
Now, you have had the opportunity to work with Vogue magazine and other major establishments in the industry here in the United States.
Right.
With your rich experience, what are you going to do differently? Now, I'm trying to target some specific areas.
Right.
As far as you go to see a movie premiere and there are so many flaws.
Right.
Now, how are you going to put these people together and, for example, say, hey, look, this is me. This is what I'm endowed with. This is what I can do.
Right.
How can you step in? How are you going to step into all these other filmmaking bodies because you're representing the Guild.
Yeah.
So how are you going to push what you know to
Well,
these other areas?
right.
That way, we can avert some of these.
Paul.
It's getting appalling. I have to say.
The reality is this. Okay, we have fundamental issues. And then we have issues that we can go around and dance around with it and do a quick fix.
Right.
But the core issue is this. Education, okay? We really lack education in the field, all right? That doesn't mean we cannot be filmmakers, okay? We can learn the craft, hands-on, and we can learn as we go. Now, another thing that we are lacking is funding. We don't have the money, the capital infusion that can make a film what it is so that the investors will say, okay, we'll wait for our money. But the good news is, okay, let's look at distribution. Right now, technology is taking distribution to the internet, where, unfortunately, there are sites out there now that, a lot of things are going on. Right, exactly. So, but in terms of what we need is we need the capital to shoot the movie. Most of our directors right now are using shoestring budgets. Okay. So if they know Paul and they know that they don't have to pay Paul, they say, Paul, can you come on a set on Tuesday and hold the mic for me? Paul will come and hold the mic. But during the day, Paul works at the office somewhere. He doesn't know anything about filmmaking, but he will come and hold the mic. So the whole point is that the Guild will be able to really step in and tell these directors that, look, we want to help the industry
make it better.
You know what I mean? So we have set up these people, and even if we have someone like Paul who has 3 trades, well, guess what? Because of the Guild, we'll give you Paul, and we'll try to work with your budget. You know what I mean? The point is, what is your budget? What is your budget? Realistically, if your budget doesn't meet even, let's say, your main actor. Right. Because your main actor has to be paid.
Absolutely.
Right. So after you pay your main actor or actors and you don't have anything left for the rest of the people, that's going to be a problem. I think that on the average, in creating a budget realistically for an African movie, and I know people might probably chew me for this, but I think that a minimum of at least $100,000 is a good start. I know people are doing movies for $40,000, much less, But realistically, we need to be able to get a good budget, which means that we should go and approach the executive producers, convince them with our story, show them our work, let them come on board, and let's do that part. The Guild will also set up some type of funding to help with these things, because movies can be shot on a loan basis, you know,
Right.
and as long as your business plan can show that you can recoup the money, it's fine, it's
Right.
okay, yeah.
Okay.
And then the next thing is the education part, where we have to do workshops and try and help these directors.
Yeah, like we're doing right now.
Exactly.
You know, people coming on board
Exactly.
and seeing
And
exactly.
seeing that
yeah.
what right, so that we can be able to talk about new equipment, new technology, new ways to shoot. You know, even people who are in Hollywood are still learning, because every day there's something new coming up.
Absolutely.
You know. Yeah.
Now you manage your own brother,
Right.
Michel. You
Yeah.
know, Africa's best at the moment. What is this doing for you as far as you based here and him working from Africa
From
and
Ghana.
other areas?
Right.
What challenges do you face? And now, are you extending your managerial services to other actors, other potential actors and actresses, and whatever professionals we might have out there in the field?
Yeah, I mean, a few of the celebrities do have personal managers, and also they have help from maybe, friends and close friends and things like that. Some of them are managing themselves,
Okay.
And they've been doing okay.
Now, you look like what you're doing is a bit more professional, and I've seen the website. You just want
I know.
his photographs
Yeah, well,
and his headshots.
Paul, the thing is that whether we like it or not, an actor should not manage themselves.
Okay.
It's that simple. It's not even about me. They should not manage themselves.
Have some type of protection
Right,
going on.
because because you need to concentrate on your craft and let
Okay.
your
Makes
manager
sense. Makes
your
sense.
manager go and negotiate for you and make sure that whatever it is that you're going to be doing when you do come on set, okay, that those things are in place.
Okay.
Now, like I said again, it's not even up to me to ask them for management. They should be saying to themselves, it's time that I get organized.
Okay.
Right. With Majid, one of the main things that he needed was that he needed a good structure around him, so that the people who are working with him
Right.
will be able to feel even more comfortable. Because when you're doing things verbally, let's say if Majid is somewhere and somehow he doesn't make it to what you verbally agreed with him, it always looks bad.
Absolutely.
So if you have a manager, like Majid was in Italy a couple of weeks ago, and because of management, everything was smooth. Everything was smooth from his flying, where he has to stay, what he needs to do. Everything was smooth. And that's some of the things I'm talking about. And even here in America, you don't have to make it big to have a manager.
Right.
Your manager works out and looks out for the industry in terms of the things that you want to do. You know what I mean? In terms of anything from scripts,
Right.
To whether
Compensation, most importantly.
Most important.
That's what's killing us right now.
So if I talk to the producer or if I talk to the team and I say, listen, what is the budget? How much are you guys paying? And be able to talk to them to the extent where we are able to negotiate. Then you come there and you just act. You don't have to worry about,
Right.
where's my money?
Okay.
You want me to do this for free?
That's what Screen Actors Guild here in the United States is doing to protect the rights and privileges of actors and actresses.
Yes.
Your final words, Mr. Erawoc.
Well, again, like I always say, Paul, I keep appealing to the industry. I'm saying that this is not about division, okay? We must unite. That is our bottom line. We have to unite. Unite means that we should put our egos on the side and come together and make this happen.
Right.
So my appeal, again, my challenge is that I don't care if you are in Arizona somewhere producing, right, right, I'm talking to you, right? But come on board, let's do this. Contact Clarice, contact Robert Peters, contact us, and let's get together and let's make this happen.
Absolutely.
And hopefully, by laying the foundation, we will get to where we want to be, man.
Now, this goes to editors, audiovisual engineers,
Yes.
writers, actors, actresses, producers, directors, cinematographers, sound engineers, you name it. If you can connect with one of these areas, then these are the guys that are ready. They've set up a platform, sound and suitable enough, the African Actors and Actresses Guild. So we're welcoming you to come on board, bring your skill, your expertise, and your knowledge and your know-how. That way we can make this industry.
Let me
a lot
just
better.
add this right now. We have been able to volunteer to the guild, our studio, which does post-production, cleaning up sound, anything they want to need. I mean, we have the setup to help. And these are some of the things that the Guild already has in place because of the fact that we are a multimedia company. So if someone comes on board and maybe they need to clean up their audio because probably they already shot their movie,
Right.
there are a lot of ways to do things,
Okay.
you know, even after the movie is shot, to make sure the sound and audio is right.
Okay.
So that right there is a plus,
Okay.
you know.
Absolutely.
And I know we have people in the Guild that can also help in workshops to teach and everything. So we already have things in place.
Okay.
So the challenge is come on board and let's make it happen.
Thank you very much.
Well,
We appreciate your
Once
time.
again, man.
Yes,
you know,
sir.
Keep up the good work, bro.
Thank you, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
All right.
Reggie Erawoc, ladies and gentlemen.